For more than 7 decades, Prince Philip stood dutifully behind his wife in the longest marriage in British royal history.
We're going to look back on this as an amazingly strong royal partnership.
Partnership, friendship, loyalty, deep affection, an indissoluble marriage that really worked.
The Queen was just a child when she first met her future husband. They were third cousins, often meeting at family gatherings. But it was not until Elizabeth reached her teens that the dashing young naval officer caught her eye romantically.
Princess Elizabeth, as then she was, fell in love, there's no doubt about it, with a young man who looked like a Viking god. But she was dutiful enough to fall in love only within a selected gene pool.
They fell in love with one another, but their relationship was never a sentimental, lovey-dovey relationship. There are no photographs of the Queen and Prince Philip walking along holding hands. That wasn't their style. She did her thing, he did his thing. They understood one another. That's the way it worked. They didn't gaze necessarily into one another's eyes, but they always looked in the same direction.
After their marriage, the Navy posted Philip to Malta. The Queen remembers this as one of the best periods of her life. She lived relatively normally as a naval officer's wife. But suddenly and unexpectedly, in 1952, her father, King George VI, died, and everything changed. Elizabeth became queen.
And Philip suddenly had to effectively throw up his own life and resign himself to spending the rest of it walking 3 paces behind his wife. The Queen's way of squaring the circle of the fact that she was queen and he was in her shadow was to say that he was head of the family, that she wore the crown but he wore the trousers, if you like.
What's this for?
Prince Philip took on the job of bringing up their 4 children.
Well, it's for helping things, turning things over, and here we are.
And acting as a loyal companion to the Queen.
The salad is ready.
Good.
Someone who saw firsthand why the marriage worked is Prince Philip's biographer, Giles Brandreth. He witnessed a touching scene during a royal car journey.
Prince Philip had the Queen laughing all the way. 45 minutes of laughter. I watched it. And I thought, of course, that's what he gives her. He makes her laugh.
Prince Philip also enjoyed amusing the public. He became famous for his gaffes, but some believe he did it on purpose to help his wife loosen up.
In the early years of the Queen's reign, she came over as rather uptight, rather unsmiley and unapproachable, and he was always trying to encourage her to be more warm, more outgoing, more smiley.
Laughter, loyalty, forthright advice. No wonder the Queen called Philip her rock. And that she readily agreed to his retiring from public duties at the age of 96.
He'd been doing the job for 70 years, and I think he thought, well, it'd be quite fun to have a few years doing my own thing. And I think the Queen thought, well, let the old boy have his own way for a while.
I think the Queen will miss him beyond words.
She'll miss the companionship, she'll miss the comfort, she will miss the laughter. If people regard the reign of Elizabeth II as a success, the joint author of that success was Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh.
The Queen is universally admired, but she is right to say that she could not have done it without Prince Philip at her side. Anne Macmillan, CBC News, London.